Boswell Media Sports.
And welcome in, Whippet fans, to another edition of Kosciusko Whippets Baseball from Boswell Media Sports. Breck Riley with you here for game number 2 between Kosciusko and Mooreville. This is the 4A North State Championship Series. Thanks for joining us here across a number of platforms on Boswell Media Sports. Of course, we have it on Breezy 103.7 on your radio dial. If you're traveling here in central Mississippi, you can also get the audio stream online at breezynews.com and the Breezy 103 smartphone app. But also, if you're at home somewhere, sitting on a porch, a nice night outside, or maybe you're somewhere else, maybe another ball game, and you want to follow along on YouTube, you can do that, the Breezy 103 FM YouTube channel. This is the Premier Medical Pregame Show. We got Donald back in the studio. Got Brother Doug Hubbard up here with us, running things on the video stream. And the coaches right now are having the ground rules meeting at home plate with a 4-man umpire crew. I think it's the first time this year we've seen a 4-man crew, but not as many games going on right now with, only a few teams left. And so they got a little bit more officials that are available. But Kosciusko fell last night, lost in the game 8-2. So they're playing for their lives right now. If they lose this game, the season's over. But if Kosciusko were to win, we'd go back to Mooreville for game 3, tentatively scheduled for Monday. Some rain in the forecast, so it could be Monday or Tuesday before we get that ball game in. But Mooreville coming in with a record of 27-7. Kosciusko a record of 23-10. We will give you tonight's starting lineups, brought to you by Holmes Community College. Leading things off first up for the visitors from Mooreville. It will be pretty much the same lineup as last night until you get to maybe the bottom of the order. Major Floyd leads things off, plays center field, bats first. It's Eli McDaniels. He'll bat second. He'll be the catcher. Last night's winning pitcher, Mr. Baseball, Wyatt McDaniels. He'll bat third, play third. Cooper Goff will bat fourth. He'll play shortstop. Ethan Cates will bat fifth. He'll play first base. Dawson McMillan is getting the start on the mound this evening. We thought that maybe Carson Hicks would be the starter, but Coach Thompson going with the sophomore Dawson McMillan. Carson Hicks is going to be in the lineup. He'll bat seventh. He'll play left field this time in the lineup. They do have a designated hitter. That will be Parker Smith batting eighth. Carter Barefoot will bat ninth. He'll play second base, and Jet Hussey will be in the defensive lineup, playing right field, but he is not in the batting order. So it goes Floyd, Eli McDaniels, Wyatt McDaniels, Goff, Cates, McMillan, Hicks, Smith, Barefoot, and Hussey. For your Kosciusko Whippets, very similar. The top of the order looks about the same, and then you get to the bottom of the order, you'll see a little bit different. Brooks Kewen will lead things off, the junior. He'll bat first and play left field. Reese Atkinson, good to see him in the lineup. Understand that he's still got a little banged up on that in the facial area around the nose after that ball last night. He took it off the face, but he's in the lineup at designated hitter, batting second. Aiden Howard will bat third. He'll play first base. It's Carson Filio. He bats fourth, plays third base. The junior, Jackson Schuler, he'll bat fifth. He'll be behind the plate. Last night's player of the game, Brendan Truss, will bat sixth. He'll play shortstop. Here's where you start to see things get a little different. Bradley Goss jumps up one spot in the order, or two spots in the order, to number 7, and he'll bat seventh, play center field. Braxton Smith, he is on the mound tonight. He'll bat eighth. Braden Rigby, not in the lineup in game 1. The junior will bat ninth and play second base, and then out in right field, but not in the batting order, will be the senior J.T. Heron. So it goes Kewen, Atkinson, Howard, Filio, Schuler, Truss, Goss, Smith, Rigby, and Heron out in right field. So that's a look at the starting lineups for both squads, brought to you by Holmes Community College. We'll go ahead and step aside as we're getting ready to take the prayer and the national anthem here at the ballpark, but we'll be back after this with our first pitch. More it's baseball on the way from Boswell Media Sports.
Parents and students are just shocked when they find out with a 20 on your ACT, you could go to Home CC for free. Do you have a 20 on your ACT?
Why, yes. Wait. Hold on a sec. You're right. I am shocked. You're saying my tuition could be free?
Yes, and your household income does not matter.
Why in the world would Holmes Community College offer free tuition with a 20 on the ACT?
See, we don't want you drowning in college debt when you graduate. In fact, all of us here at Holmes are so committed to our students' success, we've kept our tuition lower than every other state community college. And even though parents and students are shocked by it and have a hard time believing it, just remember, your tuition could be free with a 20 on your ACT at Holmes CC.
Sounds to me like there's no place like Holmes.
That's Holmes Community College.
Pawpaw, where are you at?
Miles, I'm fixing to go flying.
Wait a minute, Pawpaw. I can't go fishing, but you can go flying?
I guess you're right, Miles. If you can't go fishing, I can't go flying. We've got to get to selling some cars. And with rebates and discounts, never been better than today at Frank's Chevrolet GMC here in Kosciusko.
Shop us online at frankchevy.com.
Or come see us on Highway 35 North. Tell them Miles sent you. All right, Miles, you can go fishing now.
Pawpaw, I got one and it's huge.
Frank Chevrolet GMC, Highway 35 North in Kosciusko.
Chevrolet.
Sunstar Insurance walks with you through life's twists and turns, offering tailored coverage for every chapter. Our devoted team makes sure you have the choices and support you deserve, turning uncertainty into peace of mind. Whether you're securing a home, a car, or your future, we put reliability and care at the heart of every policy. With Sunstar Insurance, you're backed by a partner committed to protecting what matters.
I'm Robbie Robertson.
I'm Bradley Tyler.
Sunstar Insurance, Court Square in Kosciusko.
Premier Medical Group, PMG. Your good health is our priority.
When it comes to your children, you always want the best in care. Pediatricians Dr. Abby Wiltshire and Dr. Helen Turner at Premier Medical Group will take care of your child and listen to you. For sickness, wellness, or vaccinations, call 662-289-1800 for an appointment.
Boswell Media Sports.
And welcome back into Whippets baseball here from the Atala County Fairgrounds. As Braxton Smith gets on the mound, taking his warm-up tosses. He's tasked with trying to keep the Whippets season alive. You know, we mentioned it in the broadcast last night that normally Braxton's been the game one guy and JD has been the game two guy, but they swapped it up. JD pitched last night, and then Braxton's going to pitch tonight. Looking at what Smith has done on the season, leads the team in innings pitched, 37.1. He's given up 15 hits, 10 runs, just 4 earned runs on the season. He's walked 20, struck out 64, and he's got an earned run average of .750. Opposing batters only hitting at 121. Tall right-hander, about 6'2". Going to be playing his college baseball over in Meridian. Going to be an Eagle. But today, he's trying to tame the Troopers of Mooreville. That's a wrap on the Premier Medical pregame show. And the first innings for Whippets baseball brought to you by Pickles Drugstore. Might be a little ahead of that 7 o'clock start time, but it's better than that 7:30 start time we had last night up there in Mooreville. Had that because of the weather up there. The sun beams right into the batter's box, and it was beaming right in. So that's why we started at 7:30. Let that sun go down just a little bit. But leading things off will be the center fielder, Major Floyd. So he'll step in. The right-hander Smith kicks and fires. And gets a strike on the outside corner. A called strike. Central Electric Power Association first pitch coming at 6:57. Smith stays a little outside with that one, ball one. We owe you field conditions and weather report. Weather report's nice, maybe a little muggy, 73 degrees, but for May in Mississippi, it's not too bad as Smith throws another one low and outside. And no real wind. Maybe it says wind gusts up to about 5 miles an hour. Field conditions is the real star of the show here because I didn't think we were going to be able to play today. The field was underwater this morning. 2-1 pitch upstairs, ball 3. But you can see where there might have been some wet spots out there, but credit to the coaching staff and some of the, what I assume were some of the players, maybe some of the younger guys that maybe don't expect to get in. I imagine they found themselves on a rake somewhere pushing it around the infield or something. But hats off to those guys for getting this playing surface ready to go. But here's a 3-1 pitch. It's outside, ball 4, a leadoff walk to Major Floyd. But those field conditions weather report brought to you by the Atala County Co-op. Up next is the catcher, Eli McDaniels, the younger of the two McDaniels brothers. He had a single last night. Other than that, he reached a couple of times on a walk and a hit by pitch, and he grounded out. But the left-hander, a freshman, batting at above 400, 469. Now he takes a pitch, I guess, inside for a ball. Not quite sure where that one was, but I think a lot of the Whippet fans thought like I did. That one looked awfully pretty coming down through there. But Smith goes to the plate, loses another one inside, and Schuler jumps up, tries to find it. It's right below him, but it didn't roll away far enough to let Major Floyd take second base. It will be 2 balls, no strikes. We're here in the early goings of the first inning in Mooreville. The Troopers got a runner at first base. Curveball be lined into right field. Herron's going to get to it. Floyd is on his way to third, and he will be there standing up. Eli McDaniels with a single, runners on the corners for the Troopers. And the older McDaniels coming to the plate. Wyatt McDaniels got the start last night, the win. Didn't go quite the complete game. He didn't pitch to the final batter. So was that 6 2/3? He reached base every time. No, he grounded into a fielder's choice once. Other than that, he singled and was walked twice last night. But he's playing third base. He is 4A's Mr. Baseball. Second year in a row that the Mooreville Troopers have had Mr. Baseball. Smith's first pitch to him is outside. Last year, Brody Thompson, Mr. Baseball, coach's son. Now he's playing JUCO baseball. We're going to have time called. And Coach McBride going to come out and talk to his pitcher, Braxton Smith, as Mooreville is already threatening with runners at first and second and nobody out. And one of the best hitters on the team at the plate. Good crowd still coming in at the ballpark. Good, decent amount of folks made the trip down from Mooreville. It was a great crowd last night for both teams. I mean, it was a packed house up there in Mooreville. I got to the ballpark early and didn't really see that it filled in as much as it did. But then one time I looked out the window and saw that standing room only crowd. Not quite that much on the Mooreville side as Kosciusko may have had on there with the visitors' fans last night, but Wyatt McDaniels fouls one off of his foot. Farm Bureau foul ball. 1-1. A lot of students here because James Metter's a former Kosciusko Whippet in his own right, former baseball Whippet. Farm Bureau agent paid for the first 50 students to get in for free. They want some support here. Here's the 1-1 pitch. McDaniels is going down to second base. They cut it off as he slides in safely. Rigby throws it back to third. Floyd does not come home, but it was a swing and strike 2. But now 2 runners in scoring position. And some of these students were taking that offer very seriously. I get to the ball field about 2 hours before game time. So when I got here about, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes after I got here, I saw about 4 or 5 students get to their spots and sit down. They were not going to be missing the opportunity to come watch the final home game of the season, no matter what happens, whether Kosciusko wins or loses. If there is a game 3, it'll be in Mooreville. It's a called strike 3. Caught him with a curveball on the outside corner. Big pitch there from Braxton Smith. It'll bring up the shortstop, Cooper Goff. One thing we noticed about Goff last night, very, very aggressive at the plate. I mean, first 3 pitches he saw, he swung at. And the first one, he sent down in the left field and got a double out of it. But he came in and he got that final 1/3 of an inning. Closed it out for Mooreville on the mound. He does not swing at that one, as it was a fastball up in the zone. Ball 1. We're scoreless in the top of the first inning. But Mooreville with runners at second and third and just 1 out. Ethan Cates, the big first baseman, is on deck. Goff had 2 hits in the game. The double we told you about. That ball bounces away from Schuler, and Floyd's going to be able to come home. So that'll be 1 run coming in on the wild pitch, and that will be 1-0. Eli McDaniels gets over to third base. So much like Kosciusko got a run, and it's first inning last night on a pass ball or on a wild pitch. So exactly the same. As Reese Atkinson came around to score, reached on an error, and then scored on a wild pitch. Ball will be chopped up the middle. Truss will get to it. Can't make the play, as Eli McDaniels will come home. As Truss played a great shortstop last night. Give Truss a little bit of a break. I think that ball died in a soggy infield. I think he thought it was going to bounce a little bit more in this waterlogged field. We saw it out in right field with McDaniels hit. The ball just it didn't roll quite as quickly. So that'll be 2-0. It's unfortunate you got to rule an error on that. But as I said, that's what it looked like to me. The ball just kind of dying. First pitch to Cates is upstairs for ball 1. Kosciusko with the all-white uniforms tonight. White tops, white pants. Whippets written in maroon. They have maroon numerals. The maroon hat with the white K logo. There's another breaking ball that stays upstairs. Mooreville with the black tops and green pants. They have Mooreville written across the chest. Green numerals outlined in white, and have some green piping down the sides. The ball will be rolled to Smith. He'll go to second for Wood. Try to get the relay to first, and they will. It's a 1-6-3 double play to end the inning. But Mooreville gets on the board. 2 runs on just 1 hit, 1 error, and nobody left on base. We will head to the bottom of the first inning. Troopers lead it 2-0.
Looking for adventure or just cruising the city? Central Tire Service is your go-to pit stop. Equipped with premium brands like Kenda and Goodyear, we ensure your tires align with your lifestyle. Visit us on Veterans Memorial Drive, and let's get your journey rolling again. Don't pause your adventure. Gear up at Central Tire Service and drive confidently into life's moments. Central Tire, where your journey continues.
Have you been putting off coming to the dentist lately? Hello, I'm Dr. Adam Middleton from Autumn Ridge Dental in Kosciusko. We are treating patients with a mindset we have always held, that proper, regular, preventive care can help keep your mouth healthy and functioning properly. We want all our patients to have a smile they can be proud of. Please call us at 662-289-7076 for an appointment. Come see us and we will give you something to smile about.
Boswell Media Sports.
And we get to the bottom of the first inning. Kosciusko will have its opportunity to bat for the first time on this Saturday evening ball game as they find themselves in a hole, 2-0. Mooreville getting a couple of runs in the top of the inning. But it will be the sophomore, Dawson McMillan, on the bump for the Mooreville Troopers on the season. 26 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up 23 hits, 23 runs. He's walked 17, struck out 32. He's faced 125 batters. He got the start in Game 2 against game 1 against Louisville. He went 5 innings, gave up 3 hits, 3 runs, struck out 12 in that game, and he got some innings in that tight 7-6 game against Corinth in game 3. He went 2 innings, gave up 6 hits, 5 runs, walked 1, struck out 2 in 14 batters faced there. So he'll be on the mound. He is a tall right-hander. So we expected Hicks to be there because Hicks, coming into the series, Hicks had the most innings pitched. Wyatt McDaniels passed him last night, but we thought that Hicks might be, maybe Coach Thompson thinking he wants to save Hicks for a potential game 3. So it'll be Brooks Kewen up to bat for the Whippets to lead things off. The left-hander. He was 0 for 3 last night, but he reached on a walk. So the Whippets left fielder gets set to work against McMillan. Fastball must have been a little outside for ball 1. As McMillan gets ready to fire number 2. That one comes inside. A little overcorrection there. Went outside, came back inside. See what the numbers on Kewen on the season. As he takes that one low, ball 3. On the season, Kewen a 375 hitter. And he also leads as that one comes right down the middle for strike 1. So 3-1, the count to the Whippets leadoff batter. That's called strike 2. Well, after being ahead in the count 3-0, McMillan has battled back here and got it to a full count. He hit in the air to right field. Hussey coming on, falls down, gets back up and makes the catch. Hussey just wanted to make it a little bit more dramatic because he come in, he tried to stop, his feet came out from under him, and he popped back up. I think he might have even caught it while he was on his knees, but he popped back up and made the catch, so that's a good defensive play for the right fielder. But it's Reese Atkinson at the plate. Atkinson, the designated hitter, takes one low in the dirt. Atkinson scored last night. He reached on an error, came around to score in the first. After that, struck out a couple of times and flew out to right field. Fastball outside, ball 2. Yeah, we had that delay in the first inning where the ball skimmed up off of the bag or off of the glove of first base and caught Atkinson in the face there. And he had to be tended to, some bloody nose. Good to see him back here as that ball was pulled foul down the third baseline. The Farm Bureau foul ball. The 2-1 pitch will stay outside. Makes it 3-1. No, excuse me, 2-0. Mooreville ahead of Kosciusko in the bottom of the first inning. Low ball 4. Atkinson draws a walk. Whippets will have a 1-out base runner. The tying run will come to the plate in the form of Aiden Howard. Howard, left-hander. He got a reach base on a couple of walks last night. Other than that, popped out and grounded out. Top of the Whippets order. Oh, but it was the top 5 in the order. Only Jackson Schuler had a hit. Whippets will need some more production from those guys if they hope to send this to a game 3. Started them off with a changeup that stayed out of the zone. First innings for Whippets baseball, presented by Pickles Drugstore. Throw over to first, I should say a toss over to first. We saw the Mooreville pitchers do that. You wouldn't call it a pickoff move. Really only did that maybe once last night. And that was more of a pickoff move there, but a lot of times they just toss the ball, lob it over to first base. McMillan goes to the plate And Howard able to check the swing as it's 2-0. Trouble locating here for Dawson McMillan. Another throw over to first. Cates applies the tag, but Atkinson's back in. McMillan goes to the plate, and Howard swings and fouls it back over the press box here. Two balls, one strike. Still got some folks coming into the ball field. There's another throw over. Atkinson under the tag of Cates. West Lauderdale and Poplarville are scheduled to play. They were starting at 7 o'clock tonight, too, down there in Poplarville. That's a pitch that's maybe a little bit outside the Mooreville fans. Didn't think so. It was a fastball just off the plate. So that will make it 3 balls, 1 strike. The old hitter's count right here. But yeah, we'll give you updates on that Poplarville-West Lauderdale game as we can get them. That one's inside for ball 4. Back-to-back walks. Whippets, that's something doing here in the first inning as Carson Filial, the third baseman, comes up to the plate. Filial reached on a walk last night. A couple of walks, actually. Other than that, he struck out and hit a fly ball out to center field. But Cates will be playing in on the grass over at first base. Maybe thinking the Whippets are going small ball right here, but we'll see what they elect to do. As there's a breaking ball called in there for a strike. I think that Carson would probably be taken all the way there because just McMillan's been kind of having some trouble finding the zone. But that's an 0-1 pitch. Swings at the curveball there. That one goes down in the dirt for strike 2. So quickly ahead in the count is Dawson McMillan. The Mooreville Troopers lead it 2-0 in the bottom of the first inning. Kosciusko and Whippets on the bases at first and second. Check of the runner at second. And that one is in the dirt. A nice stop by the freshman catcher, McDaniels. Keeping the ball in front of him. So 1-2. Yeah, this winner of this series takes on the winner of West Lauderdale Poplarville for the 4A state championship. Poplarville leads that series 1-0. It'll be a called strike 3. First strike out of the ball game for McMillan. And it'll send Jackson Schuler, the Whippets catcher, to the plate. Schuler had a hit last night. He had a hit, reached on a walk. Other than that, a pop-up and a strikeout. We told you the top of the order for Kosciusko. Top 5 just went 1 for 14, and Schuler was the one. And you got that in the 7th inning. Whippets need him to do something right here. Try to tie the game or at least cut the deficit in half if he can bring Atkinson home from second. Fastball outside. Ball 1 to the Whippets catcher, Jackson Schuler. We'll give you a roundup on the other games that took place. A lot of teams didn't get to play last night. South Mississippi dealt with some rain. It'll be a throwback to second base. Golf covering the bag. Applies the tag, but Atkinson was there. So, yeah, a lot of the teams in North Mississippi got their ball games in, but some of the South Mississippi squads not able to because of the weather. We'll tell you who did. There's a swinging strike 1 over that one. Was Schuler. McMillan looking back to golf. Some of those signals from the shortstop, pickoff moves and whatnot. Throws to the plate. Another one in the dirt and another one blocked up by Eli McDaniels. Been impressed with the freshman behind the plate. He's saved a lot of pass balls, or I should say a lot of wild pitches last night from his brother on the mound. But here's the 2-1 pitch. It fouled off. It was high up in the zone. Schuler took a cut at it. Fouled it back over the press box, so Farm Bureau foul ball. That makes it a 2-2 count to the Whippets catcher. McMillan taking a while to get the sign from McDaniels, so he'll come set at the belt. Now he's ready to go. Curveball outside. That makes it a full count with 2 outs. Everybody going to be moving on the play here. Going to see the infield. Everybody's going to start playing back. As Cates stands back at first base. But, yeah, this is one of those. Both runners going to be moving on the pitch. And that one will be poked foul. It's going to get out of play. It's the netting over there close to Peggy Abel's field. Softball field off to our right. I think there's some former Whippet baseball players maybe standing over there on the softball bleachers. We got folks everywhere. But we'll do it all over again. 3-2. Ball will be looped into center field. It's down for a hit. Atkinson's going to score. And they'll hold Schuler at first base. But Jackson Schuler does what he needed to do. Great at bat. Got a full count, fouled off a couple of pitches, and brings home a run on the single. Give him an RBI. He'll get a courtesy runner in the form of Kenyon Weatherby. And Aiden Howard stands 90 feet away, the tying run at third base. Brendan Truss at the plate. Truss, last night's Autumn Ridge Dental Player of the Game. The official scorer gave him 2 hits last night. It's saying he went 2 for 4. 2 hits, a strikeout, and a ground out. He hits one to the gap at shortstop, and that will indeed tie the ball game. First pitch swinging for Truss. No doubt about that one. Got through the infield. Whippets doing it with back-to-back RBI singles, and they have tied the game at 2. And Bradley Goss, the Whippets center fielder, up at the plate. Goss was the number 9 hitter last night, so he jumps up a couple of spots in the order. Goss 0 for 3, a couple of strikeouts and a pop-up. But Goss, the lefty, as Cates creeps in up from first base. First pitch swinging, he fouls it off. Whippets getting aggressive. Farm Bureau foul ball. McMillan looks out at second. Goss sends one to second base. Barefoot gets it. Underhand toss to Goff, covering the bag out at second base. And that ends the inning. However, the Whippets tie it up. 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors and 1 left on base. We've played 1 complete inning, and we're tied 2-2 here in Kosciusko.
In every sport, the goal is to be the very best. The same is true for Alpha Insurance. We strive hard to make every policy, quote, and claim a highlight. Our goal is to be your MVP. That's your most valuable protection on auto, home, commercial, and life insurance needs. The championship service from your Alpha lineup is consistently improving to score you the lowest rates and best discounts available. Call us today at 662-289-1024 or stop by our office at 235 North Madison Street in Kosciusko and visit our team of Jennifer Bruce, Diane Edwards, or myself, Chris Coleman, and allow us the opportunity to take the insurance playing field with you. We want you on our team at Alpha, the Chris Coleman Agency in Kosciusko.
Boswell Media Sports.
Kosciusko ties it at 2 as we get set for the top of the second inning. Back-to-back RBI singles. Jackson Schuler and Brendan Truss able to bring home a couple of runs for the Whippets. So Braxton Smith will be on the mound. He will face 6, 7, and 8 in the Mooreville lineup. He'll face his counterpart, Dawson McMillan, the pitcher. First up to lead things off, it'll be McMillan, Hicks, and then the designated hitter, Parker Smith. Second innings for Whippets baseball. You just heard him. Brought to you by Chris Coleman of Alpha Insurance. Leading things off, Dawson McMillan. We told you what he's done on the mound at the plate. 220 average coming in. He's got in 69 at-bats. 9 runs driven in. 3 doubles and 1 home run. Did not have a hit in the game last night. 0 for 3, but he reached on an error. That pitch will be called a strike. A little fastball, outside corner action from the Whippet senior, Braxton Smith. There's the 0-1. That one stayed outside. Makes it a 1-1 count. And Smith gets ready to deliver another one. That one's an off-speed pitch. And McMillan watched it stay up and out for ball 2. Two-one pitch from Smith in the windup, and that one's right on the corner. 2-2. Got Goss out in center field, shaded a little bit to the right, not playing straight up. The infield all playing back. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Big curve ball. Stayed up just a little bit. A lot of movement on that one. But McMillan able to hold off on it. So, Smith with a full count here. Trying not to get the leadoff runner on. Be a chopper up the middle. Truss gets it by the bag at second base. Zips it over to Aiden Howard at first for the out. 6-3 on the putout. 1 down in the inning, and it will be Carson Hicks, the sophomore, playing left field. And we thought he would be on the mound, but no. Hicks comes in batting it just a shade over 200. He had a single last night, single and a run driven in. He also reached on a walk. Other than that, he grounded out. His first pitch from Smith is called a ball. Kosciusko Mooreville tied at 2 here in the second. Fastball outside. 2 balls, no strikes to the batter Hicks. Smith kicks and throws. Fastball a little up. 3-0. 3-0 count. Wouldn't expect the batter to be swinging here. He was not, and it is low ball 4. As Hicks takes first base. It'll be the second walk issued by Smith. And now here comes another Smith to the plate. This will be Parker Smith. Was not in the lineup last night. He is the designated hitter, but Smith on the season, I have him also batting it a little bit over 200, right at 211, and 57 at-bats on the season. So he'll be a right-hander. Smith to Smith. First pitch is up and in. Ball 1. So Braxton Smith having some trouble locating it, finding the zone here as he faces the designated hitter. That one comes right down the middle for a strike. 1-1. Smith needed that. Well, Braxton Smith needed it, not the batter Parker Smith. A decent lead out at first base for the Hicks, and Braxton Smith thought so too as he fired one over on a pickoff move. Once again, you can see Goss not playing straightaway center. And it shaded over towards the right a little bit. So that makes a big gap out in left center field. That one comes in for a strike. A little off speed there. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Whippets open for a double play ball, or a strikeout. That would work too. And throw over to first. No tag applied, but Hicks with a decent lead. Braxton Smith comes set. Fires to the plate. Just a little bit outside. Good location there, trying to get the batter to chase that one, but Parker Smith, the junior, showing some patience. It's a 2-2 count. Kosciusko and Mooreville knotted up at 2 apiece. Game 2. Ball is smoked, but it's smoked foul. Down there along the first baseline. I think maybe one of the right field tailgate crews going to get to that one. I see a grill out there. A lot of guys backed up sitting on tailgates. I don't know what's on the grill, but they could bring some to us. Is that one, they call that a foul ball, or do they call that a ball? We're saying foul ball, so it'll just be 2-2. Yeah, it came around and didn't sound like it hit the bat or anything, but it definitely hit something. So, yeah, that'll be 2-2, foul ball. The curveball, once again, stayed just a little off the plate. Whippets got a ground out to start the inning, and then it was a walk to Carson Hicks. And now it's full count to the designated hitter, the number 9 batter in the order. Carter Barefoot's on deck. The ball is hit into right center field. Goss gets to it, gets it up quickly and back in. And so there'll be runners at first and second with 1 out. Good at bat by the designated hitter, Parker Smith. Carter Barefoot, the second baseman, number 9 batter in the game last night. 0 for 3, a couple of ground outs and a strikeout. They're going to bring Howard in at first base. Well, they're thinking maybe some small ball here. Just the 1 out. If you get Barefoot to sacrifice, you get back to the top of the order. Doesn't show bunt. Takes a strike right out of the middle. Strike 1. We did see that, Mooreville not afraid to lay down a bunt. And maybe don't do it quite as much as Kosciusko does. But do it if they have to. Pitch stays up. That'll make it 1 ball, 1 strike to the batter, Carter Barefoot. Smith catches the outside corner for a strike. 1-2 the count. Remind you that we have tonight's game for you on the Breezy 103 FM YouTube channel. Log in and watch that wherever as Smith looks the runner back. Welcome in any fans from Mooreville that might be watching on the video stream, and sent the links out to some folks up there. Maybe they shared it across parents and social media. There's a foul ball back into the screen from Carter Barefoot. No update yet from Poplarville. We'll pass that along when we get it. But a dominant performance last night by Ty Keys. A 2-hit shutout of defending champs West Lauderdale. 1-2 pitch, curveball out, ball 2. And Jackson Schuler even turns around and maybe asks the umpire, where exactly was that? They didn't miss all that much. But that's a 2-2 count now. And that's going to be a called strike 3. It just brought it inside just a little bit from that outside spot. Located it. That's the second Dickerson Petroleum strikeout of the ball game. And 2 outs, and it's back to the top of the order, Major Floyd. Floyd walked and came around to score in the first inning. Floyd, the starting center fielder. One of just 2 seniors in the lineup for Coach Thompson in Mooreville. Working that same corner is Smith, but that time stayed out. Ball 1. Yeah, this Mooreville team, as we told you last night, it's their 4th year in a row to play in the North State Championship Series. And that one's right down the middle for a strike. In 23, they were in 4A, and they lost in the North State to West Lauderdale. And in 24, they made it in 3A and lost. Last year, they made it and won the North State, as that one's fouled off. And they would eventually lose in the 3A state championship to Seminary. So, yeah, 4 years in a row. Kosciusko making it to the North State for the first time since 2018. It's a 1-2 pitch, hit high in the air down the right field line. And Howard and J.T. Herron both going to run out of real estate. Landed down there in the Mooreville bullpen, so it's just a long foul ball. And Mooreville with the proud tradition. 9 state championships, 15 North State titles, 37 district titles. One, two. It is a slow roller to Truss. He'll grab it, take it himself, and step on the bag at second. Oh, that will end the inning for the Troopers. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We're tied at 2, so we go to the bottom of the second.
Be prepared for life's uncertainties with the correct insurance coverage from the Atala County Farm Bureau. Let's talk about change. Sometimes change is good. Sometimes change is scary. But what is certain is that everyone will experience change. The Atala County Farm Bureau's review program is designed to identify the changes that need to be made in your insurance coverage. Wayne Blaylock and James Metters invite you to stop by for your Farm Bureau Get Real review. Let them help you be prepared for change. Atala County Farm Bureau on the north side of the square in Kosciusko.
At Pickles Drug Store, your pharmacist does more than fill prescriptions. They're your guide to better health. We help you understand your medications, ensure your insurance is handled smoothly, and answer all your questions with care. Because at Pickles, you're not just a customer, you're part of our community.
Hi, I'm Rob Pickle. My staff and I are here to serve you.
Visit us today on the east side of the square in Kosciusko. Pickles Drug Store, your community Health Mart pharmacy, Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Boswell Media Sports.
Bottom of the second inning, Kosciusko will send 8, 9, and 1 to the plate. Try to break this 2-2 tie against the Mooreville Troopers. So it'll be Braxton Smith, Braden Rigby, and Brooks Kewen. They'll be working it against Dawson McMillan, the sophomore right-hander. Braxton Smith leads things off on the season, just 5 at-bats. So he kind of came back from an injury there. But Smith last night 0 for 3, a couple of pop-ups and a strikeout. And he takes a strike on the outside corner from McMillan. That one looked a little low. But some of the Whippet fans thought like I did. Smith hits that one right back up the middle. It's going to get through. It looked like McMillan might have a play on it, but it got past his glove, and Cooper Golf made a good diving attempt at it, but it just made its own way through the infield. Smith will get a courtesy runner in the form of Russ Tillman. The Whippets have the leadoff runner on. Braden Rigby in the lineup. Did not play last night. He's a utility guy that can kind of go from, he's played second base some in the postseason. He's played right field. He's a .233 hitter. So see what he can do here from the number 9 spot. Takes a curveball up for ball 1. Second innings for Whippets baseball, presented by Chris Coleman of Alpha Insurance. Throw over to first base. The sophomore Tillman back under the tag there. Yeah, I know Rigby and the McDaniels boys play together on a travel ball club, so he knows these guys very well. As he showed bunt there, but he pulled it back, and pitch was outside. So I don't know if any of the other guys maybe play on that same travel team, but I know Rigby and Eli and Wyatt all know each other very well. A little talking with each other before the series. So that's another throw over to first. We've talked about that, like how these kids all are connected and they'll play together in the summertime and things like that. Rigby lays down a good bunt up the right side. Rigby's going to be able to leg it out in the infield single. Perfect bunt by the junior Braden Rigby. Barefoot tried to make a play, and he did throw it over to Cates, but it mattered not because Rigby is on with the bunt single. The back-to-back hits. Whippets have runners at first and second. Nobody out, and we're at the top of the order. Brooks Kewen, the lefty. He's another one that can lay down a bunt in a bunting situation right here. As the corner's going to be playing in, thinking that might be what the Whippets try to do. Kewen does show bunt, comes inside and pulls it back. So that's ball 1. An update for you from Poplarville. The Hornets all over the Knights, 8-0 after 1. That stings. And Kewen lays down another bunt. McMillan gets to it, throws to first. They'll say safe at first base. Back-to-back infield single bunts. Whippets will have them loaded with nobody out. And Reese Atkinson at the plate. Bang, bang play at first. Coach Thompson's going to come out and plead his case to the umpire, first base umpire. I'm not sure if he's saying the foot came off the bag or if Kewen just beat out the throw. But yeah, Coach Thompson will go back to the dugout. Bang, bang play at first. And I couldn't tell you either way. It's one of those plays where wouldn't have been surprised to see the out call as the safe call. But as there's a swinging foul ball, strike 1 from Reese Atkinson. It came off of somebody's mask. So it's bases loaded, nobody out. The Whippets designated hitter, the junior Atkinson at the plate. And he'll fist bump the umpire because Atkinson knows what it feels like to take one off the face there. He took one there last night. Looks like umpire's going to be okay. And he wears one in the back. And, hey, that one stings a little bit, but it brings home a run. And that will give the Whippets a lead 3-2. Still nobody out in the inning. First hit batsman of the ball game for Dawson McMillan. We will get a visit to the mound. That will be Coach Thompson walking out there to talk to his sophomores. The Whippets have the makings of a big inning. Aiden Howard is at the plate. We'll be at the plate after we get done with this meeting of the infield. So to reset things, it's 3-2 in the bottom of the second inning. Kosciusko, runners at every bag, and Aiden Howard at the plate. Aiden Howard, I think, second on the team in batting average. Brooks Kewen leads the team in average at 375, and Howard's right behind him at 366, but Howard also has way more at-bats than Kewen. So Howard, get a big round of applause from the faithful gathered here. They know that Howard can change the dynamics of the game with just one swing. He's done it before here against New Albany in game one of that series. The lefty looks at ball one. Don't see anybody throwing in a bullpen for Mooreville. As McMillan throws, and that one's popped up. It's going to get out of play. Lands on top of the batting facility off to our left. So Farm Bureau foul ball. That makes it 1-1. Fastball outside, ball two. Infield's playing back. Looks like they'll give up the run for the double play here. But you got Cates playing in at first, but other than that, up the middle, they're back. As Howard fouls that one off. Back to the screen. That'll be 2-2. McMillan pitching from the windup with the bases loaded. Swinging strike three over the top of that one was Howard. That's a big strikeout. That'll be the second strikeout for McMillan. The first strikeout was Carson Filial, and he'll be at the plate right now. Filial, the Whippets' third baseman, signed with Holmes Community College. He and Aiden Howard both. Swinging strike one. Well over the top of that one was the Whippets senior. Whippets take advantage of a bases loaded. Need something through the infield. You got speed out there. Ball bounces off the face mask of McDaniels, rolls to the right side, and the Whippets will get another run as Rigby comes home. And everybody advances up on the wild pitch. Like I said, Eli McDaniels has done his job most so far in this game and last night. That's really the first one that's got away from him. But it helps the Whippets out. Gives them an extra run and now has two runners in scoring position. You got Atkinson out at second. You got Kewen at first. A fastball outside. Low outside. Ball two. 2-1. Swings over the top of that one. Another one that gets away from McDaniels, and Kewen's going to be able to come home and score. So Whippets get another run. It'll be strike two, but it's 2-2. And Atkinson moves over to third base. Filial at the plate. Trying to bring that other runner home. Whippets have been able to get what they need. in the inning. 2-2. Outside, ball 3. That runs the count full. So full count. Jackson Schuler, the Whippets catcher, coming up to bat after this, barring any sort of odd double play. That ball's hit back up the middle. Goff will get to it, and he'll throw to first base. He'll get the out, but Carson Filial brings a run home. And the Whippets extend the lead, 6-2. Give Filial the RBI, and Schuler at the plate. He's got a single and a run driven in already in the game. But 2 outs now. Kosciusko has plated 4 in the inning. Swinging strike 1. You don't often see him open a batter with something a little off speed, but it can be effective. That one's low and in the dirt. Ball 1. Schuler, a junior. 1-1. That's a slow little chopper to the left side of the mound. McMillan can't get to it. McMillan tried to get it, tried to pick it up with his glove, and just couldn't get the webbing around it. So Schuler will get on base. Probably rule that an error, I would think, but we'll wait and see what they officially say. So he'll get a courtesy run there in the form of Kenyon Weatherby. It'll be Brendan Truss at the plate. Truss has a single and a run driven in the evening. And he takes ball 1 there up in the zone. McMillan throws, and that one gets away from McDaniels for a little bit, but he recovers and throws down to try to get Weatherby at second, but Weatherby slides under the tag. So, yeah, McDaniels lost it a bit, but came up throwing. So Weatherby's down at second base. The pitch was a ball, so it's 2-0. They do indeed give McMillan an error on that play. So it'll be an E1. Truss at the plate, last night's Autumn Ridge Dental player of the game. Swings at that one, fouls it off. A little tip and fouled it back into the screen. That makes it 2 balls, 1 strike. So far, 4 runs come across the plate for the Whippets in the inning. They had 3 singles to lead off the inning. Fastball out, 3-1. If Truss is able to reach, Bradley Goss would come to the plate. He would be the 9th batter to come to the plate in the inning. McMillan throws. That is outside, ball 4. It's just the second walk issued by McMillan, and Goss will come up. The number 8 hitter in the lineup, but the 9th batter to walk to the plate for the Whippets. It's Goss grounded out to end the first inning. Grounded out over to second base. And he's got runners at first and second. Lefty takes ball 1. He got the infield played back except for Cates. Cates is up over at first base. Goss looks at ball 2. You'd think infield would play back, and, with the 2 outs, runners at first and second, you're going to any bag. A 2-0 count to the Whippets center fielder. He takes one for a strike. In the playoffs, Goss has moved down the batting order. In most of the season, Whippets had him up there at number 2 because they opened the game 1-2-3 with 3 lefties. You had Kewen, Goss, and Howard. But as Goss fouls that one back. But since the Whippets have gotten Atkinson back and he can hit, they've put him at the number 2 spot and moved Goss down to the bottom of the order, 7 or 8 or 9. And last night he was number 9 in the order, but tonight he's number 7. So, I mean, you're seeing someone at the bottom of the order, but all season long he's been your number 2 hitter. Right? So it's not like it's a weak batter there at the bottom of the order. It's a 2-2 pitch. A little bit outside, ball 3. So we got full count, 2 outs. Runners at first and second, both of them going to be moving right here. Now you do have the entire infield is that they're playing back. McMillan throws, stays outside. It'll be back-to-back walks. Loads the bases. That's 3 walks for McMillan. And Braxton Smith, who led off the inning, will be back at the plate. Smith had a single up the middle. Then it was back-to-back bunts from Rigby and Kewen. Looked like they were trying to sacrifice, but they were able to get the hits. One's low outside. Ball 1. Well, and Smith hits one into the right center field. Weatherby scores easily. They're going to bring home Kewen. He's going to score. That is a bases clearing double for Braxton Smith. And the pitcher helps his own cause there. Makes it 9-2. Oh, 2 RBI double for Smith. He's 2 for 2. He'll get a courtesy runner. It'll be Russ Tillman. And Rigby will be at the plate. They don't have him with the hit. They ruled that first bunt an error, I guess. The official book, it was a hit. I mean, he hit it up the first base line, and Barefoot got to it and threw it, and Rigby just outran it. So I don't disagree with the official scorer on that one, but Rigby takes a curveball there for strike 1. Not unheard of for me and the official scorer to disagree. We disagreed last night, but I gave him a hit. So in my book, it's going to stay a hit. 0-1 pitch is outside to make it 1-1. Kosciusko keeping the inning going. Already got 7 in the frame. Rigby hits one off the glove of McMillan. It goes to Barefoot. He'll try to throw, and he's going to be out at first base. Woo. Woo. Out at first base. That's a tough call. Whippets aren't going to complain too much because they were able to get 7 runs on 4 hits. There was 1 error and 1 left on base. 2 in the books. Kosciusko leads it 9-2. Back after this with more Whippets baseball from Boswell Media Sports.
Be prepared for life's uncertainties with the correct insurance coverage from the Atala County Farm Bureau. Let's talk about change. Sometimes change is good. Sometimes change is scary. But what is certain is that everyone will experience change. The Atala County Farm Bureau's review program is designed to identify the changes that need to be made in your insurance coverage. Wayne Blaylock and James Metters invite you to stop by for your Farm Bureau Get Real review. Let them help you be prepared for change. Atala County Farm Bureau on the north side of the square in Kosciusko.
At Pickles Drug Store, your pharmacist does more than fill prescriptions. They're your guide to better health. We help you understand your medications, ensure your insurance is handled smoothly, and answer all your questions with care. Because at Pickles, you're not just a customer, you're part of our community.
Hi, I'm Rob Pickle. My staff and I are here to serve you.
Visit us today on the east side of the square in Kosciusko. Pickles Drug Store, your community Health Mart pharmacy, Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Boswell Media Sports.
A big inning for the Whippets. They lead it 9-2 as we get ready to start the 3rd inning of play. Third innings for Whippets baseball, presented by Sunstar Insurance. And Mooreville will have the heart of the order up to try to answer the 7 runs that the Whippets were able to put up in their half of the second inning. So you got the brothers McDaniels and then Cooper Goff. So it'll be Eli, Wyatt, and then Cooper Goff. And Eli McDaniels has a single already. One of 2 Mooreville hits. The lefty, first pitch swinging from Braxton Smith, fouls that one off over towards the left side. Braxton Smith, the right-hander, throws. Fastball inside, ball 1. Still 8-0. Poplarville leading West Lauderdale. Last update we had, they played 2 complete down there in Poplarville. Is that Poplarville, Pearl River County? Is that right? I think that's right. 1-1 pitch. Hit high in the air. And Truss going back out, and they lost it in the sky. They'll throw to second, and they'll get McDaniels trying to get to second base. So, yeah, you could tell Truss and Kewen both lost it in the sky. As Truss went back out to try to make it, Kewen tried to come up. And then Kewen got to it. Eli McDaniels was trying to stretch it out into a double. But he gets thrown out at second base, so it's still an out. But it'll go in the books as a single when you get thrown out trying to stretch it into a double. So Wyatt McDaniels at the plate. He struck out looking. His only other at bat. He pops one up, and I think that one's going to get out of play. It'll land off to our right. Farm Bureau foul ball. But yeah, we told you we would give you the scores from the other games that did get to play last night. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Curveball outside. Hamilton and East Webster in the 2A series. Hamilton, they're both 9-5. East Webster won both of those. Grenada and Saltillo. Saltillo won 5-3. Pontotoc beat Caledonia 4-2. As that pitch was a ball. Makes it 2-1. That one catches the corner with a fastball. Petal defeated Brandon in 7A in game 1. That's 10-7. Boonville took it to Kossuth 5-0. West Union beat Tupelo Christian Prep 5-1. And the ball's hit high in the air into center field. Goss calling for it, and he will make the catch for the second out. Mize and Clarkdale. Clarkdale won that one 10-2. Lewisburg and Oxford. This sounds like a football score. 14-12 at Lewisburg. The Patriots get the win over the Chargers. So those are some of the games that did get played last night. Some of the South Mississippi teams, as we told you, just weren't able to get the games in because of rain. As Cooper Goff will be at the plate. Goff takes a fastball for strike 1. Goff reached on an error back in the first inning. Kosciusko leading at 9-2 in the top of the third inning. And he pokes one foul over towards Peggy Abel's field. The ball's 2 strikes to the shortstop. I've been told there's more than one former Whippet standing over there on the softball bleachers watching. A couple of guys maybe graduated in the past few years back to watch the squad. 0-2 pitch, swinging strike 3. They're going to have to throw it down to first base, and they will indeed get the out on the third strikeout. Dickerson Petroleum strikeout of the ball game. The Troopers go down in order. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the third inning. Kosciusko leads at 9-2 over Mooreville.
When something happens to your car, you might say,
"Oh, come on. Seriously? This is so extra."
But what you could say is,
"Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there."
Your local State Farm agent is available when and where you need them, online, over the phone, or even in person. State Farm agents are here to answer your questions and help you file your claim.
This is so extra.
Get someone who can actually help.
Call State Farm agent Angel Alvin McDonald at 662-289-3161.
Have you been putting off coming to the dentist lately? Hello, I'm Dr. Adam Middleton from Autumn Ridge Dental in Kosciusko. We are treating patients with a mindset we have always held, that proper, regular, preventive care can help keep your mouth healthy and functioning properly. We want all our patients to have a smile they can be proud of. Please call us at 662-289-7076 for an appointment. Come see us and we will give you something to smile about.
Boswell Media Sports.
Kosciusko leading it 9-2 over Mooreville as we get ready for the bottom of the third inning. It will be the top of the order, 1, 2, and 3. Brooks, Hewen, Reese Atkinson, and Aiden Howard will come to the plate. Dawson McMillan walks back out to the mound for the Mooreville Troopers. For the Whippets so far, for Mooreville, 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error. For Kosciusko, 9 runs on 5 hits and 1 error. Brooks Hewen at the plate. He singled and came around to score his last at bat. Singled, he bunted. The Whippets tried to sacrifice a couple of times, but they were just able to outrun the throws over to first base. That's the beauty of having some speed. Those guys are able to leg out the runs. Third innings for Whippets baseball, brought to you by Sunstar Insurance. Pitch is low. Ball 1 to Brooks Hewen, Whippets left fielder. Brooks' older brother Barrett, one of the ones that on the former Whippets I sat over here on the softball bleachers. Barrett plays for Holmes Community College, 1-0. Pitch is fouled off. Strike 1. Yeah, Barrett plays down at Holmes. He wrapped up their season recently. But Brooks wears number 7, just like Barrett wore when he was here. Fastball caught the corner. We've told you a number of times they wear that number 7 for their cousin, Seth Smith. Played baseball at Ole Miss, went on to play in the pros, Colorado Rockies, other organizations. Curveball just a little bit outside. Hewen's cousin played at Ole Miss, but McDaniel's dad played at Ole Miss. We mentioned that 2-2 pitch. That'll be a called strike 3, fastball on the inside corner. That's the 3rd strikeout of the ball game for Dawson McMillan. Reese Atkinson will be at the plate. All right. Hope they get Reese some ibuprofen, some icy hot or something. He got hit by a pitch tonight. He got hit by the ball last night. He got a bloody nose after the ball came up off the bag and hit him. He swings over the top of that one for strike 1. But yeah, Reese been taking a beating there. That ball bounces to the plate for ball 1. But yeah, the McDaniels boys, their dad played baseball at Ole Miss. Actually played at Meridian Community College before he went to Ole Miss. So Braxton Smith, he's going to be an Eagle. We told you that. But, yeah, Rusty McDaniels, 2000, 2001, 2002, played Meridian and then at Ole Miss. Low, ball 2. And I learned last night that there's a 3rd McDaniels brother. They said he's in the 5th grade. And I said, is he just as good as the other 2? They could probably get on the mound and swinging strike 2, and Atkinson lost hold of the bat. That one slipped out of his hand, and it landed on top of the Whippets dugout. His teammates will get a good laugh out of it. Maybe won't hear the end of that one. Whippet fans will give him a round of applause, but it's kind of humid and muggy outside. 2-2 pitch. And he pulls that one over to the third base side off of Coach Mack. Well, I'm starting to wonder if Reese is mad at his teammates. Throwing the bat at him, hitting the ball over there. Somebody said something he didn't like. A 2-2 pitch. That's a slow roller up the first baseline, and it's going to keep rolling foul. There's Reese back at the plate. He's committed to play at Southern Miss. Kosciusko leading at 9-2. Bottom of the third inning, one out as McMillan fires the 2-2 pitch. It's hit in the air to left center field. Atkinson. He's going to roll all the way to the wall. He rounds first base, and he'll be in safely standing up at second. A one-out double for Atkinson. We're going to get a visit to the mound. That's Coach Thompson. That's not the pitching coach. It might be all she wrote for Dawson McMillan. We'll see what Coach Thompson wants to do, and it will indeed be all she wrote for McMillan. So he'll run to the dugout, see who's going to come in relief and what the defensive changes will be. But it is a pitching change timeout for the Mooreville Troopers. Kosciusko leads at 9-2. One out and runner at second base here in the third inning as we step aside for a break.
Parents and students are just shocked when they find out with a 20 on your ACT, you could go to Home CC for free. Do you have a 20 on your ACT?
Why, yes. Wait. Hold on a sec. You're right. I am shocked. You're saying my tuition could be free?
Yes, and your household income does not matter.
Why in the world would Holmes Community College offer free tuition with a 20 on the ACT?
See, we don't want you drowning in college debt when you graduate. In fact, all of us here at Holmes are so committed to our students' success, we've kept our tuition lower than every other state community college. And even though parents and students are shocked by it and have a hard time believing it, just remember, your tuition could be free with a 20 on your ACT at Holmes CC.
Sounds to me like there's no place like Holmes.
That's Holmes Community College.
Boswell Media Sports.
So we do have a pitching change, and it will be Gavin Carroll coming in to pitch. He will inherit a runner at second base. He came out of the dugout, so he was not in the field anywhere. For him on the season, I have Gavin Carroll, 5 innings pitched, 8 hits, 7 runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts in 30 batters faced. I do believe I saw McMillan go back out into the field. So last night he played left field, so we'll have to get all these defensive changes for you. But as it stands right now, I guess did Hicks maybe come in from left field? That's about the only thing I could think of. We'll have to see if that's him out there in left. I believe that is McMillan that went out to left field. So for now, that's the only defensive change I can give you other than the pitcher. So we'll continue to check the defensive lineup. But for now, McMillan's in left and everybody else is the same other than Gavin Carroll on the mound. As I said, he inherits a runner at second base. That will be McMillan's responsibility. First pitch to the batter. Aiden Howard is inside for ball one. Kosciusko with a 9-2 lead here in the bottom of the third inning. It was a double by Reese Atkinson that brought out Coach Thompson and forced the pitching change. Ball's low. Another nice stop behind the plate by Eli McDaniels. Keeps the runner out at second base. 2-0 the count to the Whippets. First baseman, senior Aiden Howard. He lives a stone's throw from the stadium. And literally lives beyond the right field fence out there at Peggy Abel's field. Swinging strike one. I think he got a little piece of that one, fouled it off, but he Howard struck out in his second at bat, and he walked back in the first inning. Ended up coming around to score in that 2-run first inning the Whippets put up. And he pulls that one up the first baseline. Foul. 2-2. Whippets trying to force a game 3. As the Troopers took game 1 last night 8-2. Whippets had a number of errors. Top of the order struggled against Mr. Baseball, Wyatt McDaniels. And hits Howard on the knee. So Whippets will have runners at first and second and only one out. As Carson Filion, the Whippets' third baseman, will be at the plate. He's over 2. He struck out, but his last at bat he grounded out, but it brought home a run. So give him the RBI. I said, Whippets have been eager to bunt tonight. I'm not sure you bunt with your cleanup batter right here, but the Whippets have been unselfish. Runners at first and second. One of your better hitters, and they're going to put one through the right side is Filion. Atkinson rounding third base. Throw is going to be cut off, and Filion with his second RBI of the game extends the Whippet lead. That'll make it 10-2. Jackson Schuler at the plate. Schuler, he is singled and drove in a run, and he reached on an error. He had a little slow chopper to the left of the mound as McMillan tried to get it, could not field it cleanly. He was charged with an error. The Whippets catcher trying to keep the inning alive. The ball's chopped up the middle. Barefoot gets it for one. He'll take it and throw to first and get the double play. So it will be a 4-3 double play to end the inning, but the Whippets are able to get one run on 2 hits. Excuse me. And no errors, and 1 left on base. We'll head to the 4th inning. Kosciusko leads it 10-2.
Papa, where are you at?
Miles, I'm fixing to go flying.
Wait a minute, Papa. I can't go fishing, but you can go flying?
I guess you're right, Miles. If you can't go fishing, I can't go flying. We've got to get to selling some cars. And with rebates and discounts, never been better than today at Frank's Chevrolet GMC here in Kosciusko.
Shop us online at frankchevy.com.
Or come see us on Highway 35 North. Tell them Miles sent you. All right, Miles, you can go fishing now.
Papa, I got one and it's huge.
Frank Chevrolet GMC, Highway 35 North in Kosciusko.
Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Boswell Media Sports.
Kosciusko with a 10-2 lead over the Troopers of Mooreville as we get ready for the 4th inning. 4th innings for Whippets baseball in the postseason, brought to you by Sullivan's Drugs and Gifts. I imagine Sullivan's was pretty busy this week. Got Mother's Day tomorrow. So I imagine Sullivan's maybe sold a couple of Mother's Day gifts today. And if I'm just reminding you that Mother's Day is tomorrow, go get something for your mom. If you're just now watching the ball game or hearing the ball game or whatever, and you're thinking, uh-oh, I forgot. Well, I'm reminding you right here. As Mr. T would say, there's no one like your mother. But 5, 6, and 7 come to the plate for the Mooreville Troopers. Ethan Cates, Dawson McMillan, and it would be Carson Hicks, but I'm not sure he's still in the lineup anywhere. We'll have to see how they did that with the lineup. Smith, first pitch, swinging strike 1 to the first baseman, Cates. Cates grounded into a double play. His only at bat back in the first inning. And chops that one to shortstop. Truss plays it off a hop, fires to first base. It's a long throw, but he's able to get the out. Number 6-3 put out. And it will be Dawson McMillan. So he was the pitcher. Now change him in the book to the left fielder. Well, Hicks is still going to come in to at least be on deck. So he's still going to be in the order somewhere. First pitch swinging from McMillan, chases the high heat for strike one. Oh, 1 pitch is an off speed that was off the corner. Outside for ball one. The 1-1 pitch is a curveball up in the zone. The 2-1 stays outside, gets past the catcher Schuler off of his glove. That'll make it 3-1. So McMillan led off the second inning. He took it to a full count, but he ended up grounding out to shortstop. (3-1) is a little up. Ball four. It'll be a 1-out walk. The third walk issued by Braxton Smith. And Carson Hicks, left-hander coming up. So I'm not sure where he's playing defensively. I believe McMillan went back out to left field, so I have to wait and see where he goes back out into the defensive lineup. As that pitch comes right down the middle for a strike. Hicks reached on a walk in the second inning. If the Whippets are able to hold this score and get to game three, he's who we would expect to be on the mound as the pitch rolls away from Schuler on the low throw. That'll be ball one, but McMillan not able to advance. As it didn't roll too far away from Schuler, kind of rolled up under him a little bit. Took him a while to find it, but McMillan stayed put at first. But yeah, if Whippets able to force a game three, we would expect to see Carson Hicks on the mound. He hits one out into left field, drifting foul. And got on there behind the Whippets locker room. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yeah, Hicks, 54 innings pitched. It would seem they're not going to throw him tonight. Well, maybe Coach Thompson thinking that they're trying to piece together a bullpen and save Hicks' arm for a potential game three. But if things get tight, I don't know. You might could see him come in. 1-2 pitch is a curveball. Freezes Hicks. Called strike three. That's the 4th Dickerson Petroleum strikeout of the ball game for Braxton Smith. 2 outs in the frame now, and it's Parker Smith, the designated hitter. Parker Smith has 1 of 3 Mooreville hits tonight. He had a single out into right field, his last at bat. His only other at bat. First pitch right down the middle. Strike 1 from Braxton Smith. Was pitch number 69 for Braxton Smith. That one's a little low for ball 1. That one floats right in there for a strike. Took a little something off of it. Able to find the zone. As Braxton Smith tries to get the Whippets to the bottom of the 4th inning with an 8-run lead. Curveball that Parker Smith had to duck out of the way of. McMillan takes his lead at first, and here's the 2-2 pitch. Curveball, swinging, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Smith, and the inning is complete for Mooreville. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Kosciusko has an 8-run lead over Mooreville.
Hi, this is Allison Schuler, CEO of Baptist Memorial Hospital Attala. You deserve care that's close to home and close to the heart. We offer swing bed services, rehabilitation, infusion therapy, and chemotherapy delivered with skill and compassion. Our emergency room is here when you need immediate care, and we provide outpatient laboratory, radiology, and respiratory services all under one roof. At Baptist Memorial Hospital Attala, you're not just a patient, you're our neighbor and our priority.
Sunstar Insurance walks with you through life's twists and turns, offering tailored coverage for every chapter. Our devoted team makes sure you have the choices and support you deserve, turning uncertainty into peace of mind. Whether you're securing a home, a car, or your future, we put reliability and care at the heart of every policy. With Sunstar Insurance, you're backed by a partner committed to protecting what matters.
I'm Robbie Robertson. I'm Bradley Tyler.
Sunstar Insurance, Court Square in Kosciusko.
Boswell Media Sports.
Kosciusko will bring 6, 7, and 8 to the lineup, to the plate. Brendan Truss, Bradley Goss, Braxton Smith, Breck Riley with you here from the Italian County Fairgrounds, where the Whippets have an 8-run lead, 10-2 over the Mooreville Troopers in game number 2 of this 4A North State Championship Series. So it's Gavin Carroll's book now, as you can close it on the starting pitcher, Dawson McMillan. Dawson McMillan goes 2 1/3 innings, gives up 6 hits, 10 runs. Only 5 of those runs were earned. He walked 4 and struck out 3. So, here's what I believe. I can give you a defensive change. Yep. Hicks is in right field. So, Hussey has sat down, and Hicks went from left field to right field. I'll give you those. Those are all the defensive changes. But first pitch to Brendan Truss was low in the dirt for ball 1. And Truss hits one deep into left field. It'll take one hop and hit the wall. It dies out there at the warning track, and Truss with a leadoff double. That's the second double, no, excuse me, the third double of the ball game for the Whippets. Atkinson has one, Smith has one, and now Truss has one. Brendan Truss says second, and he's reached base safely all 3 times he's been at the plate. Bradley Goss will be up now. Goss walked his last at bat and grounded out his first at bat. Eli McDaniels walks out. Excuse me, that is a new pitcher. That's not Gavin Carroll. That is, I have it as Sam Goff, number 17. Looked like Gavin Carroll. That pitch hits the runner in the foot, or the batter in the foot. He'll take first base. As they were trying to bunt Truss over to third, and he took off. So as he is a dead ball, Truss has to go back to second base. So Sam Golf is pitching now. Right-hander, we'll give you his numbers. Curve ball, Braxton Smith takes for strike one. Smith today is 2 for 2. Got a double with 2 runs driven in and a single. Well, Golf checks the runner. Smith wants to bunt. He gets a piece of it and fouls it off. Whippets trying to advance the runners there. I only have Sam Golf with 1 1/3 innings pitched. Just 12 batters faced, giving up 5 hits, 7 runs, walked 4. That's all I have for stats on him. He's a sophomore, younger brother of Cooper Golf, the shortstop. Oh, 2 outside with the breaking ball. Ball 1. 1 and 2. 4th innings for Whippets baseball, presented by Sullivan's Drugs and Gifts. Pitch will be called a strike on the outside corner. Caught Smith looking. That's Golf's first strikeout. That will be the 4th for the pitching staff for Mooreville this evening. And it'll be Braden Rigby to the plate. Rigby is 1 for 2. In my book, he's 1 for 2. He singled, and then he was called out, in quotations, at first base on a ground out. We're all pretty sure he beat, as he shows bunt there. Pulls that one back as the breaking ball stayed up. Yeah, he bunted for a single. Bunted it, was trying to sacrifice, but just had a great bunt. As Barefoot came in and got it and tried to throw him out, and he just outran the play at first. But he might try to bunt again here. Pulls the bat back and looks at it go by. 2-0, the count. Got an update for you from Pearl River County. After 5 complete, Poplarville leads at 9-1 over West Lauderdale. Unless something dramatic happens, the Hornets will be going to play for the state championship. As that one's low and outside, ball 3. The Hornets going to be facing the Whippets or the Troopers. Whippets are hoping to force a game 3 and would make that decision next week. Well, they lead it 10-2. That one comes right down the middle with the 3-0 count. Braden Rigby taking all the way, but now you really got that dangerous 3-1 count with runners at first and second base. See what the Whippets choose to do here. Rigby does lay down a bunt. Golf gets to it, going to turn around and try to throw. Not going to be in time. Another great bunt by Braden Rigby. And that is a single. The bases are loaded with 1 out in the top of the Whippets batting order. Coming to the plate. Yeah. Rigby's just deadly with that bunt because he's so fast. So unless you play it perfectly and get a perfect throw, he is more than likely going to be able to leg out the single. But now Kewen at the plate. Lefty, sort of a excuse me swing. Catches a little piece of it and fouls it off for strike 1. Infield's back right here. With 1 out, you're going to have the double play ball try to get you out of the inning. 0-1, but that ball's going through to the left side of the infield. Truss is going to score. They'll hold Goss at third base. So Kewen with an RBI single makes it 11-2. Reese Atkinson at the plate. He's reached base every time he's been up. He doubled in the third, was hit by a pitch in the second, walked in the first, threw his bat on top of the dugout in the third. He's done a little bit of everything. Did that hit him? No, I don't think so, but it got past. And it's going to roll to the backstop, and a run's going to come home to score. Yeah, I thought that one might have came in and hit him on the leg, but maybe what I was hearing was the hit off the glove of Eli McDaniels. But that's fortuitous because it would have mattered anyway. If it hit him, the run would have come home because the bases were loaded. But as it is, that's 12-2. As Rigby goes to third base, Kewen out at second base. Well, that one hit him. Well, as I said, we're gonna get Atkinson some icy hot, some ibuprofen, a little bit of everything here. He's had a tough series. Bases will be loaded, one out, and we'll draw a visit to the mound from Coach Thompson. And we will have another pitching change. So we'll step aside for a break. Kosciusko with a 10-run lead in the bottom of the fourth inning. Bases loaded and one out as we step aside for 60 seconds.
Feed, seed, clothing, decor, the everything you need store. Atala County Co-op. Atala County Co-op.
Make your outdoors the great outdoors with the Atala County Co-op on Highway 12. Spring's here with veggies, flowers, hanging baskets, porch leaners, yard mats, balloons, and spinners. Plus baby chicks, live bait, and X-Tough Riptide sandals and cruisers for the season ahead.
Atala County Co-op.
Be prepared for life's uncertainties with the correct insurance coverage from the Atala County Farm Bureau. Let's talk about change. Sometimes change is good. Sometimes change is scary. But what is certain is that everyone will experience change. The Atala County Farm Bureau's review program is designed to identify the changes that need to be made in your insurance coverage. Wayne Blaylock and James Metters invite you to stop by for your Farm Bureau Get Real review. Let them help you be prepared for change. Atala County Farm Bureau on the north side of the square in Kosciusko.
Boswell Media Sports.
Looking for more than just fuel? At Dickerson Petroleum Transportation and Services, we deliver, and it doesn't stop at the pump. Need tank installation or specialized solutions? We've got you covered from Mississippi to Alabama and Louisiana. And if you're searching for a rewarding career, ask about employment opportunities at Dickerson Petroleum. Hungry on the go? Swing by Kangaroo Crossing for a snack or a quick meal. Dickerson Petroleum. Let us fuel your success. Drive in or call us today, because with Dickerson, you get service that goes the extra mile.
Boswell Media Sports.
New pitcher in the ball game for the Mooreville Troopers will be the junior Miles Dillard. Left-hander, he'll come in, he'll inherit the bases loaded. And Aiden Howard at the plate. Infield's playing in. They're all going home right here, no matter what Howard does. And first pitch from Dillard will be called a strike. So Golf goes with third of an inning, gives up 3 hits, 2 runs, and strikes out 1. Ball bounces to the plate. It'll roll to the backstop as Braden Rigby will come home to score. That'll move all the runners up. Atkinson goes to second. Kewen goes to third. It's a 1-1 count. Pitch low outside, ball 2. 2-1. Whippets lead at 13-2 now. Once again, the infield's playing in. Swinging strike 2 as the lefty Dillard blew that one past Howard. But yeah, even with not the force, like the Kewen does not have to run here, but the infield's still playing in. 2-2 pitch. Hit into the air, out into shallow left center field, and it falls for a hit. Kewen comes in to score. A little bloop single out in the left field brings home a run. Kosciusko extends its lead, 14-2. So give Howard the single and the RBI. Charge that run, though, to Golf, as Atkinson still would be Golf's responsibility. I don't have Dillard with a lot of innings. I have him with 1/3 of an inning. He's only faced 4 batters on the season. As the lefty comes in there with a strike to Carson Filial. Filial's driven in a couple of runs tonight. He's got a single. He grounded out. But on the single and that ground out, both brought home a run. Lefty kicks and throws. That one stays up for ball 1. Dillard, a tall left-hander, maybe not quite as much on the velo. It's not quite what I would call a junk baller just yet, but he finds the outside corner for a strike. But definitely a little bit toned down from McDaniels and McMillan, what we saw, what Whippet batters were seeing. So 1-2 pitch. Hit to the right side. Barefoot gets it. Rolls off to his left. He'll fire to first base, but it brings another run home as Atkinson scores. That's the 3rd RBI of the night for Carson Filial. And it brings Jackson Schuler to the plate. Schuler singled and drove in a run. He reached on an error and grounded into a double play. But he is the 9th batter of the inning. And we might have another pitching change. That makes it 15-2. Coach Thompson will walk out, and he will hand the ball off. Does Dillard. So we'll have another new arm come into the ball game for the Mooreville Troopers as we step aside for a break.
Premier Medical Group, PMG. Your good health is our priority.
When it comes to your children, you always want the best in care. Pediatricians Dr. Abby Wiltshire and Dr. Helen Turner at Premier Medical Group will take care of your child and listen to you. For sickness, wellness, or vaccinations, call 662-289-1800 for an appointment.
Hello, spring! And hello, Sullivan's Boutique. If your closet's ready for a little sunshine, you'll love the beautiful prints and fresh new styles arriving daily. From casual days to special spring celebrations, there's something waiting just for you. Shop in-store for that full boutique feel or browse anytime at shopsullivans.com. You'll even find beautiful E. Newton jewelry and trendy home decor to brighten up both you and your space. Plus, free local pickup when you order online. And don't forget, take 15% off online with code SPRING15. Sullivan's Boutique. Fresh style, fresh season.
Looking for adventure or just cruising the city? Central Tire Service is your go-to pit stop. Equipped with premium brands like Kenda and Goodyear, we ensure your tires align with your lifestyle. Visit us on Veterans Memorial Drive and let's get your journey rolling again. Don't pause your adventure. Gear up at Central Tire Service and drive confidently into life's moments. Central Tire, where your journey continues.
Boswell Media Sports.
New pitcher in the ball game for Mooreville will be the sophomore right-hander Kip Figueroa. Kosciusko with a 15-2 lead. It's the bottom of the 4th inning. Figueroa will inherit a runner. Just one runner at second base. And he'll face off against the Whippets catcher Jackson Schuler. On the season, Figueroa 3 innings pitched. He faced 14 batters, given up 3 hits, 3 runs. He's walked 1 and struck out 2. Schuler at the plate. We mentioned before we went to break. He's got a single tonight. Other than that, he reached on an error and grounded into a double play. Takes ball 1. But yeah, he's the 9th batter to come to the plate. Don't close the book yet on Dillard as Howard's headed for third base, and he'll get there without a throw. Good jump by Howard. Whippets have another runner just 90 feet away now. Pitch was low and in, but Dillard went 1/3 of an inning, gave up 1 hit. And not giving up a run yet, because as I said, that's his responsibility at third base. 2-0 pitch. Schuler takes a fastball inside, ball 3. 3-0 the count. Fourth innings for Whippets baseball, brought to you by Sullivan's Drugs and Gifts. Schuler takes a 4-pitch walk. I have that as the 4th walk issued by the pitching staff for Mooreville as Schuler gets a courtesy runner. It'll be Kenyon Weatherby, and Whippets have batted around as Truss started the inning with a double, came around to score. He takes one low and outside for ball 1. Whippets just runners at the corners and 2 outs. As Truss fouls one off. A Farm Bureau foul ball makes it 1-1. Truss had a good night so far. Singled, doubled, and walked. Boy, Whippets, let's see if we can get a cycle here. Curveball, he hits it deep into left center field. Going back, that's at the wall, 1 run scores. They're going to send the other runner home. Weatherby's going to score, and that should do it. That should be ball game. Is it not? Is it not 15 after 4? That's 17-2. I thought that would have been the game. I thought it would be 15 after 4. So it might not be a thing in the postseason. We'll have to find out what the rule is. But Truss with another 2-run double. But Bradley Goss at the plate. Goss has 3 plate appearances, but only 1 at bat. Takes one low for ball 1. He got hit by a pitch in the 4th and walked in the 2nd. He grounded out to end the 1st. That time Figueroa finds the strike zone. Gets one on the outside corner. It comes right down the middle with that one. Goss, the left-hander, pops one up. That one's going to be foul. Hope everyone's okay. Sounded like that one got scary over there towards the student section. 1-2, curveball up and out, ball 2. 2-2 the count. And that'll be a called strike 3. Whippet fans don't like it, but Kosciusko able to get a number of runs. Let's see, they got 7 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. For the books, Kosciusko with a 17-2 lead over Mooreville.
Feed, seed, clothing, decor, the everything you need store. Atala County Co-op. Atala County Co-op.
Make your outdoors the great outdoors with the Atala County Co-op on Highway 12. Spring's here with veggies, flowers, hanging baskets, porch leaners, yard mats, balloons, and spinners. Plus baby chicks, live bait, and X-Tough Riptide sandals and cruisers for the season ahead.
Atala County Co-op.
Shopping for car insurance is so confusing. Holy cow. Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help you choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Call State Farm agent Angel Alvin McDonald at 662-289-3161.
Boswell Media Sports.
Kosciusko leads it 17-2 over the Mooreville Troopers here in the top of the fifth inning. HelpHappensHere.com brings you fifth innings for Whippets baseball. HelpHappensHere.com, a new service from Boswell Media, an online directory of local contractors. Braxton Smith, first pitch, hits the batter. That is a Cooper McCormick who had come in to hit there. As he came in to hit for Carter Barefoot, the number 9 hitter. So Cooper McCormick takes one off the arm there. And go back to the top of the order. It'll be Major Floyd. Floyd 0 for 1. First pitch swinging foul ball. And he grounded out and he walked. Getting some information that in the playoffs you have to play 5 innings. That's what we're being told here at Media Row. So that's why the 17-2, when the Whippets went up by 15 in the bottom of the fourth, they did not call the ball game. That pitch low and outside for ball 1. So 1-1 count. Ball will be lined in the air to center field, but Bradley Goss has him shaded perfectly. Going to be out number 1. Goss had to run forward about 2 or 3 steps. It brings up Eli McDaniels to the plate. McDaniels today is 2 for 2. A couple of singles. Scored a run. He's the younger of the 2 McDaniels brothers. Just a freshman. Did play and start some last year as an 8th grader. As I told you in the broadcast, I saw this Mooreville team against Seminary. I did both of their championship games on the network for the MHSAA. Low and inside, ball 1. So the McDaniels boys, they're very, very talented. As I said, Wyatt is Mr. Baseball. And Eli keeps playing like this. He's got an opportunity to be Mr. Baseball here in a few years as he fouls that one off. But no matter, whoever gets named Mr. Baseball, they won't be as good as the Mr. Baseball that I know, Tom Selleck, with the mustache. And any kids listening, ask your parents about that one. That was a movie. Swing it, strike 2. Chased a high fastball. Well, 1 ball, 2 strikes to the catcher, Eli McDaniels. That was pitch number 80 for Braxton Smith. Smith comes set, throws. Big breaking ball stays outside, 2-2. Runner at first base. Whippets leading it 17-2. On the top of the 5th inning. That one comes inside. It'll roll away from Schuler. McCormick will be able to advance up to second base. That'll make it 3-1. 3-2. Full count. We got a final from Poplarville. The Hornets punched their ticket to the state championship. They win it 9-1 over West Lauderdale. They knock out the defending state champs. West Lauderdale defeated Purvis last year in 3 games. And Purvis had the Parker boys. You know, the ones that Jacob Parker plays for State. And that ball's hit high in the air out to center field. Goss going back, makes the catch. The base of the wall. McCormick will tag up and head to third base. But, boy, that ball stayed in the air a long time. Goss had to keep running and caught it just to the left of the B in baseball. Out in the center field wall, that's 2 outs. And it's Wyatt McDaniels. Mr. Baseball at the plate, 0 for 2. Popped out to Bradley Goss in center field, and he struck out. And that one gets away from Smith. McCormick not going to try to come home. There's that wild pitch way behind the batter. But yeah, McCormick stayed put over at third base. Goss shifts a little bit. He had been shaded over to right center. He'll move over towards left center. Smith nods that he has the signal he wants. And Wyatt McDaniels turns on one, foul. Came in inside, jammed him, but sent it foul back over towards where the cars are parked. A 1-1 count. Kazi leading at 17-2. McDaniels wears that one in the numbers. So that's the second hit batter of the game, second of the inning. And we might get a pitching change as Coach McBride comes in. And he'll talk to his pitcher, Braxton Smith. So the Troopers will have runners at the corners. 2 outs. Top of the 5th inning. Looks like Coach McBride going to leave Smith in there. All he needs is 1 out. So just needs the 1 out. He'll face Cooper Goff. Goff today's 0 for 2. Struck out, reached on an error. Goff, the shortstop. His younger brother came in, worked a little bit on the mound. First pitch sent foul over the first base dugout. First base dugout occupied by the visitors, the Troopers. It's traditional 1st and 3rd here. But someone got a little souvenir over there. 0-1 pitch. That one gets away. No, they say it hit him. I didn't hear it hit him, but they say it did. Must have got him on the helmet or something. But that'll be a 3rd hit batsman, and that's going to have to be all she wrote this time because Coach Mack's coming out there for his 2nd visit. We will have a pitching change. Let's see, it's going to be Russ Tillman coming in. So we'll step aside for a break. Braxton Smith going to get a nice round of applause from the Whippet fans. But we will have a pitching change. Timeout for a new pitcher. Whippets need 1 out. They lead at 17-2.
Looking for adventure or just cruising the city? Central Tire Service is your go-to pit stop. Equipped with premium brands like Kenda and Goodyear, we ensure your tires align with your lifestyle. Visit us on Veterans Memorial Drive and let's get your journey rolling again. Don't pause your adventure. Gear up at Central Tire Service and drive confidently into life's moments. Central Tire, where your journey continues.
Have you been putting off coming to the dentist lately? Hello, I'm Dr. Adam Middleton from Autumn Ridge Dental in Kosciusko. We are treating patients with a mindset we have always held, that proper, regular, preventive care can help keep your mouth healthy and functioning properly. We want all our patients to have a smile they can be proud of. Please call us at 662-289-7076 for an appointment. Come see us and we will give you something to smile about.
Boswell Media Sports.
Kosciusko going to the bullpen to bring in the sophomore left-hander Russ Tillman in relief, trying to get one out. Braxton Smith, don't close the book on him just yet. The bases are loaded. He went 4 2/3, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, just 1 earned run. He walked 3, struck out 5, and hit 3 batters. Let's say the runners out on base, his responsibility. So the left-handed sophomore Russ Tillman will come on, trying to close things out for the Whippets. On the season, Tillman's gone 2 innings. He's faced 7 batters. He's walked 1, struck out 2. So Ethan Cates, the first baseman at the plate, he's 0 for 2. Grounded into a double play and grounded out. Whippets playing back. Need 1 play at any bag here. First pitch will be swung on and hit deep out into left field. It hits at the base of the wall. 2 runs are going to score. And Cates is down with a double. So a double for Cates. 2 runs come in to score. You charge those 2 runs to Braxton Smith. And that makes it 17-4. Dawson McMillan, the left fielder, stepping up to the plate. He walked in the 4th and grounded out in the 2nd. Tillman, the lefty, throws, catches the corner for strike 1. So Tillman's a lefty and throws a little bit different, as Coach Thompson wants a new runner. I think that's what he wants, to get some speed out there. So Cates will come out. We will get Eddie Lamons, the junior, going to come in and run. So he'll be out there at second base, a little bit more speed. But yeah, Russ Tillman, a little bit different look as Smith, the big, tall right-hander in the 80s, and then Tillman's a little bit of a slower look as he fools McMillan there. So you go from 6'3", throwing it mid-80s, to maybe about 5'9", throwing in the 60s. So it's definitely a different look. The Whippets just need a strike here. 0-2 pitch. It is swinging strike 3. That will do it. Kosciusko gets the win, 17-4. And hey, we're going to play a Game 3 next week to find out who is headed to the state championship. We'll step aside for a break. We come back, we'll wrap it up. But Whippets even the series. Game 3 coming next week.
Hi, this is Allison Schuler, CEO of Baptist Memorial Hospital Attala. You deserve care that's close to home and close to the heart. We offer swing bed services, rehabilitation, infusion therapy, and chemotherapy delivered with skill and compassion. Our emergency room is here when you need immediate care, and we provide outpatient laboratory, radiology, and respiratory services all under one roof. At Baptist Memorial Hospital Attala, you're not just a patient. You're our neighbor and our priority.
Looking for adventure or just cruising the city? Central Tire Service is your go-to pit stop. Equipped with premium brands like Kenda and Goodyear, we ensure your tires align with your lifestyle. Visit us on Veterans Memorial Drive and let's get your journey rolling again. Don't pause your adventure. Gear up at Central Tire Service and drive confidently into life's moments. Central Tire, where your journey continues.
At Pickles Drug Store, your pharmacist does more than fill prescriptions. They're your guide to better health. We help you understand your medications, ensure your insurance is handled smoothly, and answer all your questions with care. Because at Pickles, you're not just a customer, you're part of our community.
Hi, I'm Rob Pickle. My staff and I are here to serve you.
Visit us today on the east side of the square in Kosciusko. Pickles Drug Store, your community Health Mart pharmacy, Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Before you begin those do-it-yourself projects outside your home or business, be sure you know where your underground utilities are located. Always call before you dig. One easy phone call to 811 can protect you from injury and expense. Plus, it's the law in Mississippi. Make the call and avoid serious or fatal injury. For more electrical safety tips, contact Central Electric Power Association, serving you since 1937, an equal opportunity provider and employer.
Have you been putting off coming to the dentist lately? Hello, I'm Dr. Adam Middleton from Autumn Ridge Dental in Kosciusko. We know life has been busy and routines have changed for many. However, we do not want you to neglect your oral health. We are treating patients with a mindset we have always held, that proper, regular, preventive care can help keep your mouth healthy and functioning properly. We want all our patients to have a smile they can be proud of. Please call us at 662-289-7076 for an appointment. Come see us and we will give you something to smile about.
When something happens to your car, you might say,
"Oh, come on. Seriously? This is so extra."
But what you could say is,
like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your local State Farm agent is available when and where you need them, online, over the phone, or even in person. State Farm agents are here to answer your questions and help you file your claim.
This is so extra.
Get someone who can actually help.
Call State Farm agent Angel Alvin McDonald at 662-289-3161.
Boswell Media Sports.
Kosciusko wins it 17-4, and we're going to have a Game 3 coming up to decide who's playing for the 4A state championship. Brett Riley with you here on the Angel Alvin McDonald State Farm post-game show. Kosciusko moves to 24-10. The Mooreville Troopers go to 27-8 on the season. Braxton Smith gets the win for Kosciusko. 4 2/3 innings pitched. Gave up 3 hits, 4 runs, just 3 earned runs. He walked 3, struck out 5. Russ Tillman got 1/3 of an inning. He gave up 1 hit, and he struck out 1. For the Mooreville Troopers, Dawson McMillan went 2 1/3, gave up 6 hits, 10 runs, 5 earned runs, walked 4, struck out 3. Gavin Carroll, 2/3 of an inning, gave up 1 hit. Sam Goff came in, 1/3 of an inning, gave up 3 hits, 5 runs, struck out 1. Dillard came in, gave up 1/3 of an inning, gave up 1 hit, 1 run. Figueroa went 1/3 of an inning. He gave up 1 hit, 1 run, walked 1, and struck out 1. For Kosciusko, offensively, a good performance. Obviously, putting up 17 runs is a good performance. And you had multiple Whippets with multiple hits, like Brooks Kuhn went 2 for 4. You also had Brendan Truss. He went 3 for 3. Braxton Smith also had multiple hits. He had a single and a double. You had Braden Rigby, who went 2 for 3. And so, yeah, you had a number of guys there get their names in the book for Autumn Ridge Diddle Player of the game. But I think we're going to go with Braxton Smith for what he did on the mound and at the plate. He had a single, a double, and 2 runs driven in. So Braxton Smith going to be your Autumn Ridge Dental Player of the game. But you got to look at Brendan Truss could have easily been it, because Brendan Truss reached base every time he was at the plate. He had 2 doubles, and he had a single, and he walked. Reese Atkinson also reached base every time. He had a double, hit by 2 pitches, and walked. So, but you also look at someone like Carson Filial. Doesn't really show up in the box score all that much because he just had 1 hit, but he drove in 3 runs because a couple of fielders' choices brought in runs. So, yeah, it was a big team effort for the Whippets this evening. But they're going to need at least one more effort for this 2026 baseball season, as a game number 3 for the Mooreville versus Kosciusko, tentatively scheduled for Monday at Mooreville, beginning at 7:30. So if it changes, we will let you know. But when they first did the schedule, the if-needed game 3 was Monday at 7:30. So we'll see if that holds. You know, the weather this time of year is kind of crazy, so we'll just have to wait and see. But that will do it for us. Big thank you to our engineer back in the station, Donald Bain. Big thank you to Doug Hubbard off to my right, handling things on the video stream. And thank you to everyone at Boswell Media Sports, Melissa, Ashley, Laura, BMO, and Macy, our entire crew. We got at least one more of these Whippets are open. We have a few more of these, but something's got to give either the Kosciusko Whippets or the Mooreville Troopers are going to go to the 4A state championship. We'll find out next week. But for our entire crew, Brett Riley signing off. And good night, and go Whippets.
A presentation of Boswell Media Sports.